This is the Enjoy Life podcast, here to help you choose your mindset, goals, and actions so that you can guide your life in the direction that you want it to go and enjoy it. It does take a little bit of work, some effort on your part, but that effort is worth it because this is your life and you can experience the benefits of the work that you do. And this podcast is here to help. Life doesn't magically turn out exactly how you want. It's up to you to make it happen. Now, you may not have chosen to be exactly where you're at right now in your current situation, but you will choose what you do about it. If you're ready to put forth a little bit of effort, take some small steps toward living the life that you want, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. Hello, welcome to episode 117 of the Enjoy Life podcast. I'm glad that you're here and joining in today. You know, it's my opinion that especially during these times, it's important to remember to focus on some of the positive and the encouraging things that are out there, and that's what I want this podcast to be for you. And that's one of the reasons why I'm glad that you're here. Just a quick note: a few episodes ago, you may have heard me mention something about doing a new series coming up about something that I was really excited to share with you that I had done a long time ago, and I was kind of revamping it and putting this material back together for you. I did not forget about that. I'll talk more about it later, but right now, that was kind of a little bit before this whole COVID-19 thing really ramped up into this pandemic that it is. And so I think now it's just a lot more important to focus on that, on things that you can do now and trying to bring a positive message to help you during this time. And then don't worry, we will get into that series, but let's just get through this current time right now and before we dive into that topic. And if you are really in need of just a more positive material, especially on your social media, then follow me on Instagram. It's at Nick Mazey. And as always, you can go to nickmazey.com for more material. We are in some challenging times right now. This is tough, and if it's tough for you too, then just know that you are not alone. You are not. And during the challenging times, it's really important. I believe it's crucial to remember two things. First, that you are strong. You are. You've made it this far. Think about it. You've overcome 100% of every tough time, every challenge that you've faced. You've made it through it. You can keep it up. These challenges, in fact, are actually making you stronger because the tough times they make you tougher. When you need strength later on, you'll have it because you've overcome and made it through the challenges you've made it through so far. There's a saying that I love, and it's, the struggles of today will give you the strength that you need tomorrow. And that's exactly what's happening. You are strong, and you're getting even stronger. So that's the first thing. And the second thing that's really important to remember during tough times is to take care of yourself. Doing what you need for you, will help you to face these challenges today, and they'll also help you to be more prepared and better able to address whatever challenges come tomorrow. A little bit of self-care, just a tiny bit, really goes a long way. In fact, that second point, that's what we're going to talk about today. Is self-care. Well, what is self-care? It's just caring for yourself. It's pretty straightforward. And in fact, it can be really simple too. But just because it's straightforward and it's simple, or it can be simple, don't discredit the power that it has. It comes in a lot of different varieties and forms. It really is unique, and it can be for whatever you need. And it's so important because you have to do what you need for you. And this is not really being selfish in that you're ignoring other people. But as that saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup. Especially if you need to help other people, then you got to take care of yourself to be able to do that. But I believe, no matter where you're at or what your life situation is, it's very important to take care of yourself, to do the things that you need for you. Your mind and your bodies, they're connected. This self-care, it's not just for your mindset, your mental health. It's not just for your body. It's for everything in your life. The self-care, it can help reduce stress. But that might be good for, the mental, the mindset. But it's also really good for the body. It can help you to enjoy your life more. It can even add a little bit of clarity. When you reduce stress, it helps you think clear. It helps you to feel better. It helps you to be healthier in general, just your whole life. Just a little side note, the stress, too much stress on the body, it's terrible for the immune system. It's terrible for your energy. And those are things that are very important, especially during these challenging times. Now, what if you don't really feel stressed? Okay, I'm still going to suggest that you do some of these things to take care for yourself and your body and your mind in general, because they can help you even if you don't feel stressed. And besides, stress is a really tricky thing. Sometimes we're not really thinking that we're stressed, but we're still a little bit wound up tight, and a little bit of caring for ourselves can really make an impact on our bodies and our minds and our actual brains by reducing some of that stress and adding some of that clarity and helping us to feel a little bit better, even if we're not noticing that we're stressed. All right. So how can you do it? How can you do self-care? Well, like I said at the beginning, there's so many different varieties, and then there's so many different options. You can do a million different things. And a simple way to think about it is just what would be good for me. What would be good for me? And these can be small things. They can be big things. But we're just going to start off, and this is not really in too much of a particular order, but just some different things that you can do for yourself. So one of the things that you can do for you to help take care of you is to get some exercise. And especially right now, with a lot of people, we're not going out too much. We're actually, a lot of cities and areas and states, are telling people just to stay home. Well, and that definitely can impact your exercise routine. One of the first things that closed for me that I couldn't do it anymore was go to the gym. I mean, that was my habit, my routine was to go to the gym to get some exercise. So I had to adapt a little bit. But just because I can't go do what I typically did to get exercise doesn't mean that I should give up on exercise. Even small bits of exercise where you live can be a huge help. And there's plenty of exercises that you can do, with a tiny little area with just your body and not even any weights. If you're listening to this podcast, then you probably have access to the internet, and there are tons of resources, free resources for suggestions that you can do to how to get a little bit of body movement, a little bit of exercise, and get that blood flowing. Obviously follow the direction of any of your doctors, make sure it's healthy for you, but get some blood flowing. It is so important to help you to feel better. It actually gives you more energy in the long run. A little bit of that blood flowing, it helps the brain. So just do it. And also, it's going to help you out with the next thing you can do for a little bit of self-care, and that's sleep. Getting good sleep. Now, I'm not talking about sleeping all day. No, you want to be up moving around, even if you have to stay indoors. You're going to be up moving around throughout the day, but getting that exercise is going to help you to sleep better, that good quality, positive sleep. Now, I'm not a doctor, but there's a lot of information online on what you can do to get that good quality sleep. One of the things is having a routine, going to bed at a certain time and then waking up at a certain time. That's a really good thing. Not staring at a phone or a TV right before you go to sleep to cut out some of that blue light's a good thing. And there's a lot of good things that you can do to help your sleep. But trying to focus on getting good quality sleep can really help you to have more energy during the day, and that's going to help you during this time and just life in general. Now, these next two really go together, and the next one is water. You're making sure you're drinking plenty of water, particularly if we're staying indoors. We have the air conditioner or heat running, then it kind of dries us out really well, really quick. Making sure you're drinking plenty of water is a good thing. And this is water. This is not water with stuff added to it, like sodas or powdered drinks or stuff like that. And then the next one is food. Because water and food go together really well. Making sure that you're eating right. Eating some good quality, healthy food to the best of your ability. That's going to be huge for how your body works and how it functions and how it feels. Look, I love sugary, terrible for me food. It is awesome. It tastes great. But the problem is it's not awesome. It just tastes like that. And it ends up making me feel worse and sluggish and It's terrible for my mindset. I don't think as clear. I don't feel as well. And so making sure that you're drinking plenty of water, and eating, the best quality food that you can, it's going to help that your body feel better. It's going to help it have more energy. It's going to help it to even have that mindset of being a little bit more positive because you feel better. All right, so those are some things that are more like for your body, and a lot of times the food and water, they don't really fall into what people think of when they think of self-care. But do remember them because they make an impact on your body, how you feel, how you're making it during these times. Taking care of yourself is huge, and a lot of that is taking care of your body. It kind of looks like these next fall a little bit more into taking care of your mind. And it's funny is I didn't know I'd broken these up into some sort of organization, but it's kind of when I'm looking at my list, that's what it looks like right now. And so the next suggestion is just to smile. This is a simple thing that each of us can do more of. And I say each of us because it's something that I should do a lot more of. And that's just smile. It is an amazing thing that when, so your body and your brain, they work together. Your mind believes your body a lot. If I act in a certain way, I start to think like that, and I start to just feel that way. There's a great book called Presence. It's by Dr. Amy Cuddy. And it really has to do with exactly that, how your brain believes your body. If you act in a certain way, then it helps you to feel that way. And I do have a link so that you could check it out if you want. It's on my recommended book list at nickmazey.com/books. And there's a lot of other books there that I've read that have helped me that might be able to help you. I think they're great. And that's nickmazey.com/books. But really what I'm saying here is just to try to smile more, even if things are not exactly how you want them to be. When you smile, it tells your brain that, hey, things are not as bad as they might seem, that I can make it through this, that I can make the best of the situation. And smiling more really helps with that. Which leads right into the next one, and that's just trying to have fun. Have a little bit of fun. Look, these are crazy and challenging times. It doesn't mean that you have to give up on all the fun that you could have, and just enjoying the small, simple moments. In fact, so that's a lot of what I've been putting on Instagram recently, is just simple little times that I'm trying to enjoy. And it makes so much of a difference in my life and my days by just trying to enjoy the small things. It's the small things that typically, we're just so busy with life that we don't pause for a moment to enjoy. But right now is a perfect time to focus on trying to enjoy those. And then all of a sudden your days get a little bit better, and life's not so bad when you try to have a little bit of fun and you try to enjoy what you can. So we have fun. We also have outright just simply addressing the stress. This is this suggestion is do those self-care things that kind of specifically target stress. One of those is mindfulness, practicing a little bit of mindfulness. You may have heard me mention on this podcast a couple times that I love the Headspace app. It's a free app, Google or Android or iPhone, and just look it up, Headspace. You can do the little free thing. You don't have to pay for the service. They have a lot more stuff if you pay for it, but a little bit of mindfulness, a little bit of meditation, it goes a long way in really reducing that stress on your body. You could do a deep breathing exercise. This is when you breathe in through your nose for a count of 5, try to hold for a count of 5, and then exhale for a count of 5. That does an amazing job. It's called box breathing. It really reduces that heart rate and calms the body and mind pretty fast. Another great way to reduce stress is just to get outside. Just get outside. In fact, now that I'm kind of talking about this, I probably need to do a full episode on stress. So I'll remember that. But getting outside is huge. A little bit of sunlight. If you can get outside at all, try to. A little bit of sunlight is great. All right, and these next two really pair up well too. And that's just, putting positive stuff into your mind, and trying to put positive stuff out. Try to focus more on, reading and looking at, just kind of thinking about the positive, good things that are right now. It might be, being able to enjoy those simple moments or having time to do things that you'd like to do around your home. Making sure that you're using positive words. There's plenty of negative stuff out there. If you focus on and read and look at all the negative stuff, and then you talk about all the negative stuff, then your life's going to be more negative. If you choose to take in more of the positive things, then it's going to help you to talk more about the positive things, and that's going to help your life to be more positive and enjoyable. It's not about putting your head in the sand and saying that everything's roses and sunshine and rainbows. No, it's not. It's about acknowledging that you have a choice on where you want to place your focus and how you want to live your life. And you can choose to shift it more toward the positive so that you can enjoy it and you can be a positive impact on other people. All right. That's a ton of stuff. You can go to nickmazy.com, search for 117, and that'll be this episode, and the blog post will have some of these things. I'll have it listed out if you need to reference it. Pretty much we're talking about, getting the exercise that you can, making sure that you have a good sleep habit and routine, drinking plenty of water, eating good food, smiling more, enjoy the fun that you can have, enjoy the simple moments, and try to have some fun. Remember to do some things to reduce your stress, such as a mindfulness habit or a little meditation, some deep breathing, getting outside if you can, or getting some fresh air. Remembering to bring in positive things by what you focus on, and remembering to share positive things by what you talk about. And the absolute last it's not self-care exactly, but it's the main big suggestion is schedule it. Make sure that you're doing these things. And sometimes you have to, hey, at this point in time, I'm going to get some exercise, or this point in time, I'm going to make sure I even drink a glass of water. Some people even set reminders on their phone to drink a glass of water just because they know they need to do it. You can schedule these things to make sure that you're doing them. Make sure that you're doing them for you, for yourself, for your life, for your mind, your body, and even the people around you. And as I said, self-care is very unique. It comes in a many variety of forms and fashions and everything like that. If you need something for you that's not on this list, then go ahead and do it. This is not a comprehensive, exhaustive list of everything you can do for yourself. But take care of yourself. Now is the time to take care of yourself, to do a little bit of self-care. We can make it through these times. You've made it through 100% of everything you faced so far, so you can keep making it. All right? Well, thank you for listening to the Enjoy Life podcast. I hope you enjoy it, get some value out of this. As always, you can get more material at nickmazy.com. You can check out my recommended books right now if you have extra time to do some reading. I think they're great. I love the books that I put up on there. Those are the books that I've read that I really recommend. Or honestly, I guess I haven't read all of them. I've either read them or listened to them. I've taken a lot of audio books. That's just how I prefer it. And at nickmazy.com/books, there's also a link for Audible where you can get a free trial so that you can use this time to learn some things, to gain a little bit of knowledge that might be able to help you out. Once again, thank you for listening. Take care, and I can't wait to talk to you again in the next episode.